Greetings, metal community. It's Roger back with another video, and this time it's the Metal Tag 2024. Lazy boy Scott didn't want to do this. No, just kidding. I know Scott is busy, so he hadn't the time or the kind of inspiration to do this task this year, and he has done an excellent job on the previous one. So. Good of him to take a little break from it. But the guys over at Heavy Metallurgy, Marty and Alan, took it upon them to make a 20 list of 20 tasks or questions for us to answer, and also Metal Mickey contributed to a couple of questions. As far as I know, maybe those he didn't answer himself. I don't know. Yeah, let's just get into it because I don't want to make it too long a video. In the background, we are playing Vader, TB at Iggy, killer album from 2014. Well, all Vader albums are killer, so yeah. First question, name a release I'm kind of eagerly anticipating for this year, and it's coming pretty soon, and that's the new spectral voice called Sparagmos. Yeah, really looking forward to that. There's probably other releases, but that's kind of the most imminent and the one that I have been looking forward to a couple of months now. So yeah, and then we had a celebration from the Chinese New Year's Eve, and it was the Year of the Dragon. The title might be a little bit wrong in that sense, but Dio killing the dragon. Yeah, there was no problem for me to find the dragons on cover, but this was the first one that came to my mind. Great album by Dio, so yeah, very cool cover, I think. Then we had the third question was favorite album you acquired. That's kind of double. Was it the best album of 2023, or your favorite pick up? So I choose two. My most listened to album last year was Dead Chasm with Sublimis Ignotum Omni. But my kind of favorite pickup was a kind of a grail for me. It was Realm. Endless War. OG Press did have a Russian boot in my collection for a while, but or a couple of years before I realized it was a Russian boot and burned it. So very happy to pick this up on OG vinyl. It has been reissued as well, so for those who want this album, you can find it music on vinyl. Reissued it 2023 as well, but this is the OG, and OG is also slightly more fun than the new reissues, but price. Was there a title you were satisfied to buy digitally? I really don't. I'm never satisfied when I buy stuff digitally because I want to know physical formats. But I have bought some EPs and a couple of albums that are only released digitally. That's kind of the only one. But yeah, I picked up this one. It's an EP from a UK death thrash band, Cupacabra. Looks like this. It's a 3-song EP. Baptized with Ashes. It was Trevor Hickey talked briefly about it. No, he loves this album or release, but yeah. So if it's just released digitally, I'm okay by picking up because I do listen to some music on my phone, and I use Bandcamp, so you can support the bands a little bit. But I'm not on Spotify or any other. It's either Bandcamp or YouTube. I check out music, but yeah, as I said, I would love to have them on physical, but if there's only digital, I might be okay by buying them. Number 5, show an album that doesn't, the cover doesn't match the music. This band has a lot of shitty covers, but this looks more like a grunge release. But At the Gates, Terminal Spirit Disease. This is a fucking atrocious, ugly cover. Great EP. But yeah, this cover does not say aggressive melodic death metal at all. Yeah, terrible covers, but At the Gates have a lot of them. So number 6 show. The metal artist you have, or the band you have most stuff with. This is kind of a combination, because the vocalist in his band is probably the one I have most stuff from anyway. But yeah, Iron Maiden is probably the... I haven't really dug into it and double checked, but I have a lot of Maiden on double for just CD, and yeah, I also have CD tapes and vinyls of several of these. So yeah, probably around 50 Maiden records, and if you add the Bruce Dickinson stuff as well, so Bruce Dickinson / Iron Maiden would be the answer to that. Show an album you blind bought this year, or 2023. This one, I had it on my year-end list of Photic with Abyssgazer. This is kind of a kind of atmospheric, doomy death metal, dissonant as well. The reason why I picked up this, apart from the cover, is that there's at least one guy from Fuoco Fatu, Italian funeral doom band, playing in this one. So I just read the kind of description of the band and just bought it. It was on sale, so it was not like a big risk either. But yeah, turned out to be a fucking killer album. So very happy with that blind buy. I don't blind bind other than very known artists that I always buy. For the most part, I do check them out, because I have too much stuff to kind of risk buying shit. Yeah, I do have my notes down here, so if you're wondering, I did have to do notes this time. Show a title you own more than one format. I do have several that I have, tapes. I went with Ride the Lightning, Metallica. This is good old tape. Looks like this. Then I have a reissued CD from... I don't bother take it out of the... Yeah. From 89, and also, of course, a vinyl edition of it. Don't know... Yeah, this is also a 89 reissue. So, semi-OG. And also, as a bonus, I did manage to pull out this big... what you call it, tank top that I had as a kid. Ride Lightning. I don't think this will fit me very good anymore, but I won't try it on. Just to, yeah, I don't want to scare you. So that was my pick for that. Bookworm, I show a album that's conceptually based on a book or something like that. Went with the last year's Ahab, the Coral Tomb, that's based on the book that's in English called, Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I had to check it out because I only know it in Norwegian title of it, but yeah, that one. I also picked up it's also based not on book but several books and letters and stuff, and that's 1914 from Ukraine. Fantastic cover as well. This is also kind of based on literature from the war, and also read letters from troops that's written home and stuff like that, so it's very cool stories there. So yeah, Name a band you would travel considerable distance to watch. Not really, but living in Norway, if I have to go to Oslo, it's pretty damn expensive to fly. So then it's kind of a 7-hour drive to get to Oslo. We are going, if the weather permits it, to Trondheim to see on the Ceremonia Nidrosar, which is a black metal festival, 2-day festival, to see Djevel and Misthirming, Isolai, and a couple of other bands. And that's also kind of 7 to 8 hours, depends on the weather, of course, to drive. So that's my answer to that question. But normally I won't kind of go to another country just to watch anymore. Too old for that shit, and I do hate to travel, especially by plane. Not that I'm afraid of flying, I just hate airports. Yeah, show and release you bought last year, and then kind of enthusiastically bought and then lost interest of. I forgot that this album was out, and when I discovered it, I was fast to order it. But yeah, the new Cloak called Black Flame Eternal. I do really like their previous album, so this was also a blind buy, of course. Put it on, and kind of instantly, like, it's okay, but after 4 or 5 spins, it didn't do anything for me. So sadly, I was hoping I don't know if it's too soft or too melodic or whatever. I don't know. It just didn't work with me this time. But I do like the band's like previous stuff. But this one was just a mishap. Name an artist you feel can't do no wrong. I kind of, since covers are very important in metal, I thought of a cover artist that I feel can't do anything wrong, and I picked Tomas Lewandowski's. Yeah, this is the cover for the new Obituary, but he's absolutely one of my favorite cover artists, or has become like a cover artist. He's a painter, but was a painter. So, and also in honor of he passing away, I thought it was a cool thing to kind of show him a little bit tribute, because metal covers are very important. So he didn't say music in the question. So, but there's several bands like Testament and Immolation, stuff like that can't do wrong in my book. But if you want a band, but I just went with a cover artist. I love all his artwork. So yeah. Name a band you wish would quit while they were ahead. Sorry, I start laughing. Yeah, I mean, again, I could easily pick this one, because I haven't liked Metallica since when the Black Album came out. I liked them, but that album died on me very quickly. I could have shown that as well as the album. So there are several bands that I feel could have quit, but. One album that came out a couple of years ago just underlined that sometimes don't come back, and that's Razor. This album is fucking mediocre at best. I really try to like this album, but this is crap. So Razor could just have stayed, maybe just played old songs. I don't know. Unnecessarily come back, in my opinion, at least on this one. I do also feel like bands like Exorder didn't do much for me when they came back. Not necessarily comeback albums, but there's a lot of bands that, even Iron Maiden maybe should think about slowing down. I don't know. But yeah, Razor is my pick for that, and also Metallica. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love Metallica, but I just love the first 4 albums, so sorry about that. Then a release I bought just because I saw on the channel, and I did see this cover art or this album on YouTube, but I never checked it out. Then Liam, or Death Doom Metalhead, and yeah, also John Rock and Metal Plus did show this album before I bought it. So Listless Hearts, Pilgrims on the Path of No Return, just a fantastic doom, death doom album. A lot of cool instruments here, and yeah, a fantastic album. I would never have picked it up because it kind of looked a little bit like, I don't know, traditional doom, and that's something I don't buy that often. But yeah, just a killer, emotionally great written album. If you like the slow stuff. So thanks guys for pointing me to that album. And then 15. I haven't jumped over any. I don't think so. Show an otherwise good album that you kind of is too long. You know, if they had cut down some, and there's pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of albums to pick from. Especially on thrash side, I think thrash metal shouldn't go over much over 45 minutes. Especially the aggressive thrash, but I did pick a power thrash album, and that's Paradox Heresy 2, End of a Legend. This album is long over an hour, and it's on 4 discs, and the kind of shorter side is 15 minutes. So yeah, it's just too much. It's pretty heavy and a little bit slow, mid-paced thrash metal. I mean, it's great in if you play just one disc, you will enjoy the album. Paradox have never done a bad album at all, but it's kind of like I really don't want to listen to the whole album at once. But if this album would have been 45 minutes, I'm pretty sure it would be way closer to Heresy 1 than it is. You can hear the kind of similarities, but it's just dragging out too long. Show your favorite band t-shirts. Yeah, it had to be this one. It's one of my favorite album covers as well, and that's you can hear lite with and slate. So yeah, I just fuck this. I fucking love this. Damn. Yeah, killer t-shirts. I just love the album artwork of that album. So sorry for my misspeaking, but sure, getting a little bit tired of all these questions. Share a band that has been around for at least 24 years and still going strong and being relevant. I don't know about the relevance of some of the old bands, but for me they are. So kind of, but there's no question about this band. I'm pretty sure that all can agree that Immolation, especially with the 2 last releases, have shown that they can adapt and just adjust and make relevant music for me. I mean, especially the previous album is my favorite, Immolation. So that's just showing how fantastic they are. This album could have been a little bit shorter as well, but that's kind of the only reason why this is not better than Atonement, but this band is just fucking killer. So yeah, that's my pick for that. Yeah, favorite mascot, Eddie. There's no question about it. I'm an old man, so Iron Maiden and the 80s posters on the wall and everything. I've seen Marty pull out Creator. Yeah, fucking cool mascot, but it's Eddie for me. Random pull from the collection. Let's see if we can maybe go down there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Woo! Pantera. Yeah, OG press. This is for sale if anybody wants to buy it. I don't like it. But yeah. So that was my random pull. Shit pull. But show an album from a metal show an album from a metal band that I consider metal, but maybe some doesn't. I do consider this as a metal album. Came out in '76, so this is you could call it first wave of heavy metal in a way. But for me, this is has always been a heavy metal album. When I heard this when I was like 8, 9 years old, I was not thinking otherwise. So this will always be a metal band, and especially this release will be a metal release for me. So Rainbow, probably people screaming, yeah, it's hard rock. No, it's metal. In '76, that was metal as you could get it. So yeah, once again, thanks for making these questions, Marty, Allen, and Mike. And yeah, there will be some updates and stuff later on. Thanks as always for watching. Vi kjøres.